Hello everybody, it's Lisa here from Singing Works. Today we are looking at two songs from the Chime Child in which the ensemble have just a little but very important bits to do. Number 1, the prologue, and number 4B, the Chime Child. First of all, you might like to check out our vocal warm-up video on this playlist. And also, if you haven't seen it, the introduction video which gives you the story or the synopsis of the musical. There is also an opportunity to take part in the performances in September, postponed from the summer term from May. So if you're interested in that, please look in the comments below for how to find out more via our Facebook page. The link is there. The ensemble for this show is very busy. They play the characters of the village folk, forest creatures, and grey folk, who are mysterious spirits or fairies. They have songs and dances, lots of them in the show, and they are busy on stage for a lot of the time. These two songs form a crucial part of the drama, and for this bit you are being villagers. For the first one, you might even be off stage. The prologue is the very opening of the show, where we meet Old Ruth. She is the narrator of the tale. And the tale actually features a younger version of Old Ruth, just called Ruth. And here, Old Ruth, explains what a chime child is. In the second song, number 4B, the Chime Child, this one is a bit later on in Act 1. And Kathy boasts to her friends and the villagers about being a chime child in quite an attention-seeking and threatening way. And this establishes her as a bit of a nasty piece of work. In both these songs, the ensemble sing a haunting chime child motif. And composers use musical motifs or little themes like this when writing long pieces. It helps remind audiences of earlier bits, and it can also represent characters or things that have happened. And it makes the overall piece sound together, unified too. And when we come to do the show, if you listen out carefully, you will hear the Chime Child theme recurring quite a lot. Okay, here we go. First of all, we'll listen to a little recording of the track to give you an idea of the song. In West Somerset, if you travel along the foot of the Quantock Hills and take a turn up one of those tightly hedged, narrow, twisted lanes, you will come across countless hidden villages like this one here. Low stone houses, huddled into the hill, warmed by sun, pelted by rain, frozen by frost, silently witnessing the comings and goings of humanity over the centuries. And in the early years of last century, my dears, old people here still believed in the chime hour. Children born after midnight on a Friday and before cockcrow on Saturday morning were born with special gifts, even if they don't know that they have them. So Old Ruth speaks first, and then the ensemble sings. And then after that, Old Ruth continues singing. So here's the bit we sing. It's the Chime Child motif, and it goes like this. Chime child, chime child, chime child. So it's very simple. Let's try that together. Chime child, chime child, chime child. So there's going to be a little introduction into that, obviously. The cue that Old Ruth says is, even if they don't know that they have them, they're talking about various powers. Okay, and the bit of music running into that goes like this. Even if they don't know that they child, chime child, chime child. Sorry, my legendary piano playing skills showing out there again. Okay, let's just try a little bit of work on that phrase. It's a very simple phrase, but it's the first thing that the audience hear you sing, so it's important. It's got to be beautiful. And a connection to our breathing can really help us to pitch match very precisely and make a very precise leap between those two notes, which are quite far apart. So if we use a v or a z sound, that really helps us connect to our breathing. So let's try a z first of all. Ready? If we try it to v as well. And you should be able to notice those tummy muscles working there. Let's try that one more time. And now let's try that again with the introduction and with the words. Actually, before we do that, let's just think about chime child. We can sing through the chime child, and the d must be a very, very clean d sound with the tip of our tongue behind our top teeth. No explosion. Chime child, chime child. Yeah, here we go then. Here's the introduction. Just do that on the right. Even if they don't know that they have them. Chime child, chime child, chime child. And then we get this bit, and old Ruth goes, they can see and speak to the dead and fairies, but come to no harm. They are safe from all ill wishing. They can heal ailing animals and man alike with their knowledge of herbs and tinctures. Many strange doors are open to them, and the country folk let down their age-old cord. Was that the right chord? No, it wasn't. Cord. And speak openly of their secret lore, their quaint beliefs and pagan acts. And then, oh, I should have turned on the page, shouldn't I? Wait a minute. That's right, that's the rest of those words there, you can see. And just as we got to that quaint beliefs and pagan acts bits, then you have another bit that goes, chime child, chime child, chime child. So you will have noticed that was a slightly different rhythm, wasn't it, to before? Chime child, chime child, chime child. Lovely. And then Ruth has some more words over some underscore. It needs to sound gloomy and foreboding, this bit. So remember to keep thinking about that connection to your breathing. Okay. Now the next bit we're going to do is number 4B, which is the chime child underscore number. And here, just click onto the slide. The chime child motif comes back, but a bit higher. And this is the bit where Kathy is being horrible to all the villagers and scaring them. So it makes it sound a bit more scared and threatened. So we'll listen to a little bit of this one also. here is how it goes at the beginning. It goes like this. Chime child, chime child, chime child. And then Kathy starts singing. So here again, you sing your little bit first and then Kathy carries on. So, chime child, chime child, chime child. Let's try it together with the piano bit. Chime child, chime child, chime child. Yeah? And then Kathy sings her bit, which you can hear on that recording. And after that bit, she says some dialogue. She speaks some dialogue. And then you have another chime child bit up high there. But again, the rhythm is different, okay? So here's the cue, the bit coming that lets you know you're coming in soon. And then it goes, chime child, chime child, chime child, chime child, chime child. So it's a bit faster this time, okay? Chime child, chime child, chime child, chime child, chime child. And then she carries on with her singing. That bit that you'll hear on the track if you listen to it. One of the challenges is knowing when your bits begin in these pieces, when you're a chorus, because the soloist has the main bit. You can listen to the soundtrack to get familiar with it, but the most important thing you need to do when we start putting the show together is to look at the musical director, who is Chris. He is in charge of the music during the show, and he will show you when it's time to come in, and he will mouth the words at you as well, so you can tell when you have to end the words, so you can do it all neatly together. So go back over these a couple of times until you're really familiar with the songs and whereabouts you sing your little bits. And then if you go to our Facebook page, you can find a word sheet and the backing track so you can practice singing it through. You could also have a go at some of old Ruth's bits and Kathy's bits for fun if you liked to. Okay, have fun. Bye.